Now, we are going to see the differences. What could be the differences between you and your relatives? Okay, that's what we are going to see now. The first thing is based on the lifestyle. People always want to cling with the people, those who have similar lifestyle or the lifestyle which they prefer to live. Correct? So if I like to live in a village with birds and animals around and farms and trees, then I like that relative who's living that life in a village. Correct? So if I like somebody who is always techie and buys new gadgets, then I like that uncle who always buys and keep up with the latest trends. So this is how our choice goes. So based on the lifestyle, it could be food habits, dress choice, communication. Definitely communication matters. How they speak, whether they speak our language or not. Our language, matlab, not the language as such, a regional language. No, I'm not speaking about language, but the way we like to speak. Funny or serious or complain or gossip or you understand, right? So those kind of communication value matters. And then friend circle, what kind of friend circle we have, that also matters. And then politics also matters. Obviously, we all are Indians, we know, right? Now we are going to see the immaturity reasons on which there will be differences. There could be difference because of the maturity level. There could be people, those who have attitudes of we know this stuff, or you guys don't know all these things. This kind of taunting or self-boosting or bragging kind of people nobody likes. And also there could be issue with their communication. They don't speak, they will be blunt, or they will be very very rude all the time. Because of these reasons also we consider them as immature, because people not all have the ability to convey what they want to convey. Everybody wants everybody to love them and like them. This is a basic quality which we see in every human beings. Everybody wants everybody to love themselves, but we can't execute it because we don't know how we communicate. So the immaturity level in communication comes in such a way that they don't know what they speak, they don't know how they speak, right? And they don't know when to speak what. So all these things also matters with respect to immaturity, and because of which we don't want to get into their relationship, because they will mess up and they will devalue our relationship. And third thing can be selfish. Understand, the attitude or communication or different lifestyle doesn't mean that they are selfish. They may be different, but that doesn't mean that they are selfish. They may be little immature, but that doesn't mean that they are selfish. They could be a good human being. But selfishness is like only I should live, and when there is a question between you or me, I choose me over you. This is called selfishness, and selfishness is dangerous because it can't survive. It is always a killing instinct, right? It's like a killer shark around us. So jealousy, greedy, always think about me or my, right? So these are the reasons on which a person can have difference between a relationship or relatives. I am saying all these things, and don't think always from a perspective of your relatives. Think also you as a relative to them, so that you will understand the bigger picture of life. Because your attitude may be wrong, your communication skill may be different, your political stand may be different. Because of XYZ, your individual likes and dislikes, and your way of approach or selfishness in action, your relatives might have kept you away. This is also possible. I want you to understand all these things. And when we discuss all these things, don't get to a conclusion that why should I want these relatives in the first place? If they want me, let them have me, otherwise let them go. If they don't want me, I too don't want them. No, this is not the right approach, because we are not talking about you and your wife. We are talking about a family. Sustainability happens with the relatives. Why? Because the blood bond is more valuable than hi bye friends. Yes, definitely friends matters, and we already discussed about friendship when we were discussing self-exploring mechanism, and we value friends a lot. But that doesn't mean that friends are greater than relatives or relatives are not greater than friends. No, it doesn't need to be. Individually, it all differs to person, I agree. But that doesn't mean that you can make a rule saying that relatives are not required, because the next generation, when my son is there after 15 years down the line, he should have a bigger team with him. When he falls, I want him to get support from all directions, not the only few people whom he believes as his friends or whom he likes as his neighbors. No, I want to protect him in the longer run. I want my daughter to be safe in the future, even when I or my wife is not around. Correct? So this is where we need the role of relatives. We will discuss in detail. Festival and functions. What happens in festival? What happens in family functions? And what role a relative will play? Ideally, the entire design of a family system or relatives or the networking is done so subtle way that many of us don't even know that we are utilizing it. Many of us don't even know that we are fully dependent on it. Let us see a few samples. The first example which we are going to see is the interdependency. In family functions, we will be fully dependent on our relatives. Why? Because the relatives are of different types. Understand the value of relatives and friends. Whenever we say about relatives, the first question comes is, my friend also does help. No. First understand this. Do we have friends in all age? Do we have friends in different work of life? That is the beauty of relatives. We go with the friends only based on our equal likes. If I like football, then I will have friends from a football circle. If I am from engineering background, then obviously I will have engineering friends. If I go to some place and I go to some movie, everything is related to my likes. I can't have someone who doesn't like any of the things which I like. Correct? So relatives are not so. Relatives can be from all walks of life, in all age category. So first, stop having that thought of interference of your friends when we discuss all these things. Let's say interdependency when it comes to family function. When a family function happens, when a marriage happens, when any housewarming ceremony happens, the work distributions happen in a different way. In every family, there will be one or two people, those who are very good in work distribution. They will come voluntarily and they will say, what work to be done by whom, when to be done, where to be kept vessels, how to handle the cooking people, how to invite the people. They will guide you. Literally, they take in charge and they physically do the work, and they also do the work distribution, etc. And there will be few elders who will give you insights on the big decision making steps process. This you should not do, this you should do. And there will be 2-3 people, and those 2-3 people will guide us in the right way. And they all are relatives, they all know each other. Therefore, it will be really a mastermind where their minds will not clash. Their minds will support together and work in a progress. And definitely finance. Because family is a a very big network. So definitely there will be a huge support. We have already discussed about financial support with respect to family. Now, the second one is going to be the intimacy generator. All the family functions or the festivals are the place where the intimacy of the relatives grow. We have few hesitations today. I'm not sure, in what percentage. I would like to know. When you comment below which category you belong to, do you value relatives, something or nothing? I want to know, because we need to know what is our ratio between the value of relatives and value of friends. Because people devalue relatives, because in today's world people are giving more importance to their studies and exams, and because of all these reasons they don't participate in any of the functions, or they don't get an opportunity in the first place to interact with the relatives or spend quality time with the relatives. So intimacy generator, the emotional support and guidance. If you watch all the mothers in India, all the mothers prefer to go to family functions, because that is the place where they get a complete rejuvenation. For them it is like a retreat. Why? Because there they come up with the complete energy level will completely change. They get a different feel over there, that it's like a they come up with their problems, they share their problems, they give advice, they get advice, they interact more in their emotional level during these functions, and which will be a very big outlet for them, not only to mothers but also to the elders, male elders in the family. The third one is holistic development. When the family or get together or all these things happen, function, festivals, it doesn't happen in one way. People give to the people those who don't have, and it will be like togetherness. You feel many of the times where when you say marriage, they don't just get dressed for themselves and invite everybody and do. There will be so many customs. You need to give dress to the third, the sister, the cousin, brother, uncle, aunt. There will be a list of people with whom you need to give dress, and it is not only giving dress but also the respect. It's all it's not only it's not about us only, and us I mean the small family which we have under our roof, but also the bigger family. And all these festivals and functions will take us to the different levels of dependency, and this dependency also creates a holistic development. Not that one person will develop and the other person will go down, but mutually everybody will grow, right? All members in every family, they make sure that they will do something for everybody in the family. The fourth one is mighty network. This I'm sure without doubt everybody will agree. The first one is a marriage proposal. When a proposal comes from Mumbai, the first thing goes to our mind is, who are all the relatives we have in Mumbai? Why? Because relatives take full control over verifying the right person for our beloved ones. I still remember the way I got verified by my wife's relatives. And it happened in such a way that my wife's elder sister's husband's cousin brother, who was living near Bangalore then, and he came by to my college, and he was standing outside my college entrance gate. And this person was asking my students, do you know Shankar? There is a professor in your college. Yeah, we know. How is he? Is he having any bad habits? Blah blah. And I am getting messages continuously from all my students that somebody is inquiring about you. It may be sometimes so stupid, or it may be sometimes very odd, but I understand the value behind the love behind their loved ones. They don't want to get a wrong match to their loved ones. That is the intention. That intention is so pure. Today people, those who don't value their relatives, end up in choosing randomly from matrimonial sites, and they talk for 15 minutes, 20 minutes to 2-3 video calls, and then they fix a marriage. This is not arranged marriage. I want to clear this. When you get into a matrimonial site, some name, and without verifying from anybody, you just come to a conclusion based on whatever you see is the profile and 1 or 2 video calls. What you do is not arranged marriage. This is less than that. Arranged marriage is the entire family takes the responsibility. Every relative from every corner will do 100, 200 phone calls. The girl's father will make few phone calls. Few in the sense less than 10 phone calls, but all the individuals who got calls from girl's father will make tens of phone calls in less than a day. 100 phone calls in all directions will go, and suddenly they will find the boy's father's elder brother is in USA and he got so much of money. They will get all data. They will get data in such a way that no investigative journalist can come up with. They do that much of research for the sake of that girl's future. And this is pure love. Today also we have this system, and we need to value it, because they don't do for money. It is not for any a commission basis. It's purely because of the love which they have towards your parents, not towards you maybe, but towards your parents. The same way for the next generation also should get that support. For that sake, it is our responsibility to value the relatives. The second one is accommodation. I still remember when I was a child, we go to different places. One day I went to Ooty, and my father, first time I'm going to Ooty, and Ooty is a dream for us. We never seen Ooty, and when we went there, we were staying in one of our relative's house. I was shocked that there is a relative in Ooty for us, but only when we went there we realized. And after 15 years, my parents met them. but we are staying in our relatives' house whom we met after 15 years. Can you believe? 15 years ago, somebody met me in the name of relative, and suddenly he's knocking the door and he spoke to me 2 days ago and he's staying with me. And it was amazing experience, I tell you. They really loved us and we really valued that. And I understand in India, still the system is there. When you go to a new place, the first thing you will do is take a list of relatives around that place and make sure that the accommodation happens for free there, and also you will get a opportunity to reconnect with the relative. This is a very beautiful system. People always say that you are conjuice, you are not ready to spend money in accommodation, hotel or something. No, hotel is worst thing. In that bed, thousands of people slept from different mindset, different lifestyle. The food is different, the lifestyle is different, the people are there. It's all, and moreover, you need to spend money on your stay and food. Whereas here, you will get a Raja Upacharam. You will get royal hospitality, and you will get to know your relatives. And it's a network you are building, and you are strengthening the relationship, and you are exploring the possibility in the future. And at the end of the day, you are meeting somebody whom you love, right? Someone who loves you. This is a very beautiful thing. We need to do this. We need to get connected, and we need to spend more of our outstation accommodation in our relatives' place, at least one night or two. I still remember whenever we go to a few cities, we will literally have fights. We will have quarrels. My father will get calls, my mother will get calls, and I will get call from different relatives to know where I am going to stay. My father will choose someone, and the other person, other relative will call, 2 months before itself, you stayed once there. Now it is our turn. You should stay with us. And many a times we will lie that we didn't come to the hometown or that place or any city for that matter, so that they will not feel bad. This is a love fight happens for accommodation. They feel very bad if at all. In few cities in our home state, if we stay in any hotel, I am sure there is going to be a big war with the relatives. They are going to literally come and blast us black and blue. And this is not only in home state, but also in few cities outside our state, because that is the power and that is the love of relatives and contacts and reference, without doubt, right? Chalo, now we'll see the last one, the fifth one: problem solving mechanism. All our problems can also be solved through the functions and festivals where we meet and we interact, and different rituals and customs where we get into like one ritual which I said in the starting of this segment, where a pot is kept and a flower is dropped, by which they inform all the relatives that the girl is pregnant whose husband died today, right? That kind of rituals and customs, and the opportunity to meet different people, and elders moderation will happen. The elders role in every family functions or festivals will be seeing about the next generation. What is going on, how is your studies, how is everything. See, your son is not behaving properly. See, your daughter is not matured enough by this time. She should have take care of herself. That this, they give more insights on the parenting, so that the second generation parents will get valuated during these functions on their parenting skills. So many things are involved. So I think we are done. We will stop here. We will see the action plan of a relative segment in the next video. I hope you liked it. Please comment below. I am speaking and you are listening, but until and unless you don't comment, I will not know whether I made any sense or not, whether I could connect with you or not, whether you liked it or not. So please do share your thoughts, what you feel. Thank you.